Hello. Good evening. You okay? I'll just welcome everybody. Got a couple there now. Those two that are there, are you able to tell me if the music's too loud? Can you hear my voice clearly over the music? Up to 60 subscribers. I know, it's jumped up so much the last couple of weeks. I can't believe it. Music seems fine. Okay, if it seems too loud, just comment while we're waiting for people to join us and I'll just turn it down a notch. It's fine. Hello, anybody who's joining us now. I am a couple of minutes late going on, but it looks as though we might have a few latecomers anyway, so we'll just sit here for just a couple of minutes in silence, getting into our comfy positions, taking in the music, having a drink. We may need some tissues to hand tonight, so now is your time before you get too comfortable. That is Bo in the background, yes. My little meditation and Reiki partner, aren't you, Bobo? She's always with me when I meditate and do Reiki, aren't you? Hey, yes, you are. So, yeah, anybody who wants to grab tissues, feel free. Use this couple of minutes as an opportunity to get, if you need a drink, get your earphones so that you've got your earphones plugged in. Get yourself some tissues in case we do release any emotions tonight. Get yourself completely set up so that you don't have to move during the next course of time. Hello, the other people that are there. If you're able to comment and tell me who you are, so that when we when we experience the Reiki, I know that I'm sending it to you directly. I do send it out with the intention to go to all viewers, but it's so nice if I know who I'm sending it to. So if you can comment, that'd be lovely. And so that I can say hello as well. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, have we got a newcomer tonight? Lucy, I don't know if you've done it before, especially live. So welcome. And we have Michelle as well. Hello. I don't know if you guys were here when I've just said, but if you need a drink or some tissues, earphones, then now's your chance to grab those bits. I'll just give everybody another 1 minute to get on and then we'll start. So if you are all set up, then just use this next minute just to get really comfy, cozy and heavy. Oh, you haven't done it before, you're looking forward to it. I hope it helps. Tonight could be a rocky one. This isn't the really, really positive sort of loving energy that we normally experience on a Monday night. It could be quite emotional. but I want it to be a lovely experience and a comforting experience, but there just could be that release of emotion. So it's not always like this. This is the first time we've touched on this difficult subject. So I think the time is right to tackle those feelings of loss and grief tonight. So yes, it could be emotional, but I really hope it helps. I hope that the relaxation, coupled with any release of emotion, and also the distance Reiki, of course, flowing through, will just help any feelings of anxiety and loss. And I just hope that it helps you sleep tonight. So we've got another newcomer as well. So yeah, I hope this really, really helps. Just get comfy, earphones, water by your side, tissues. You may need tissues if you get upset, which is completely normal. So if any tears do flow, it's all part of the process. That's what we need to do. Oh, there's no need to say thank you at all. So yes, we are going to deal with loss and grief tonight. So the guided relaxation experience tonight is a session where we will tackle those emotions. And we're talking about loss. It could be the loss of anything. So obviously when you think of loss, you always think of the loss of life. But the grieving process can also be applied to the loss of a relationship, or the loss of a job, or the loss of a friend who's perhaps emigrating, or something that I personally struggle with, and I always feel like I go through a grieving process, is when your child sort of leaves a certain age. For example, when my children left preschool and went to school, I found that a really, really difficult process, a really difficult time of my life to sort of say goodbye to those early years, those baby days. That's a type of loss. So yes, obviously we will be dealing with grief, and through the guided meditation, we will be talking about the loss of a person. But if you've come here tonight, or you've come to this session to deal with a different type of loss, whether it be the loss of a relationship or a job that you were so comfortable in, or the feeling that the loss that you feel when a child moves out of your home for the first time, and you sort of got that empty nest syndrome, just apply that situation. We'll use a person as the symbol, just to keep it simple through my guided meditation. So I will be referring to the loss of a person, but if you're dealing with a different situation, then that person will be your symbol for what you're dealing with. I hope that makes sense. So a person will be your symbol. When I'm talking about a person, that is going to be your situation that you're dealing with right now. Okay. So loss can be experienced in both negative and positive events. So talking about the loss of a job, it could be actually that you've got a promotion and you're moving into a different job, but you're finding it very difficult to leave the job you're in to move up to a different position. So that's sort of a positive event, but you will still feel certain elements of loss. So, or there can be, a horrendous tragic loss which completely redirects the course of your life, and life will you'll just have to learn how to live differently. So there's different levels of loss that can really, really affect your life, and obviously different time frames as to how we manage to sail through that healing process. I think I'm just going to get you all into relaxation now. But before we do actually go deep into relaxation, for those that are experiencing very, very recent loss, who've come to this for recent loss, what my end note, my thought of the day would be, but as you know, I always say it at the beginning because I know that most of you have fell asleep by the end, is ask for help. So anybody who's heavily grieving, to always ask for help, which is a really difficult thing to do, but often people around somebody who's in that grieving process, obviously there's always that element of not knowing what to do for the best, not knowing what to say, not knowing how to help that person, or feeling sort of embarrassed around somebody who's suffering a great loss. I am that kind of person. I very rarely know what to say or what to do, and I think that's completely normal. So the best thing the grieving person can do is to just ask what it is they need. So whether it's a meal or company, it makes the people around them feel useful, and that they can then sort of help. I love you too. I love you so much. So yeah, ask for help. Never think that you're a burden on anybody. So that's a lot of responsibility to put on the griever. But it's just worth saying that if there's ever anything, no matter how small, always ask your people for help. Okay? You're not alone. No one's ever alone. Oh, we've got somebody else dropped in. Hello. So, we are going to do a beautiful guided meditation for those who are grieving, missing loved ones, or just have a general sense of loss. So it could be children are moving through a different phase of their life, lost a job, and so on. So like we've already touched on. So this is going to be symbolised by a person through this meditation. So where are we? We are going to make sure we are comfortable. So we are well supported, and we have our straight backs. And if you feel you need to roll up a cushion or a pillow or something and put it under the small of your back to make it even more comfy, cozy through this difficult meditation session, anything to make you just that little bit extra more comfortable than normal, then do it. Do what you need to. We really want to spoil ourselves tonight. Oh, hello, we've got another newcomer as well. Oh, I'm so glad you could come. We've got so many new people tonight. That's amazing. I'm so pleased we've got some new people. Welcome. So get really comfortable. Close those eyes. You do not need to look at me. You just need to hear my voice. So close your eyes. Don't worry about the screen that you've got, your device. Just put that by the side of you, as long as you can hear my voice and you can hear the music. And your hands are going to be placed face down on your thighs, or faced up at the side of you, whichever one feels more comfortable. I want you to raise your shoulders up now and then let them drop down, so that you can just feel as though you've lost some tension away from those shoulders. Take a big, deep breath into your lungs and let the movement come from the deepest part of your body, your diaphragm, and slowly inflate your lungs and feel your stomach rising as the air fills your lungs. And keep on inhaling as far as you can. And then hold and slowly release the air from your mouth or nose. So slowly release until every tiny last little drop of air has been exhaled from your lungs. And then hold again before doing that again. So take a lovely big huge deep breath in all the way down to the belly. Feel that belly stretch. Hold. And then release very slowly with control through the mouth or the nose. And then just breathe normal, that's natural to you. Okay, so just focus on the breath, just your natural rhythm. Focusing on the breath and the music and my voice. After not very long, you may feel the thoughts of your loss flooding back in with the bruised, raw, emotional pain that is grief. That grief may begin to flood back in and wash over your body in waves. We are not going to block this raw, painful emotion, but we are going to let it flood into our body and fill us up. We are going to wallow in this raw, painful feeling for a few deep breaths. So deepen that breath and allow that pain to run the course. And if the tears come, let them flow. Let the tears stream down your cheeks and feel the cleansing power of those tears. The sense of loss and longing for your person who was left is overwhelming. We find it inconceivable that we could never change from this raw, painful emotion. We need that person to be here next to us, but we know this is now impossible. We feel that emptiness and hollowness inside us that represents loss, bereavement, and the parting from a loved one. Someone who was in our lives and so much a vital part of it. The memories of conversations, laughter, banter, and chats. It feels like a chasm has opened up inside us and left us with this giant gaping hole which cannot be closed. Wipe your eyes if you have been crying and let the comfortable feelings of relaxation try to relax and remove the tension. And if the tears are still flowing, that's fine. We are here to process and not avoid. We go back to the breath and take a deep breath from the diaphragm, gradually filling our lungs to the very top with clean, fresh air. Hold that breath for a few seconds, and then ever so slowly let the air escape through our mouths or noses until there is no air to let out. Then hold, and we'll do that again. So take a big deep breath in, big belly breath right the way down to the belly. Feel that belly stretch as the lungs get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then when you can't breathe in anymore, hold that breath just for a second or two before slowly, with control, releasing that breath from the mouth or the nose. Slowly, 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 until there is no more air to escape. Doing this, we notice that the breathing exercise, when we focus on it, has a cleansing and relaxing effect that for a brief while is soothing and calming until the waves of emotion and pain flood back into our mind. Again, we are not going to fight those emotions or try to push them from our minds. This time we are going to try and become a third-party observer and observe them as if we are a scientist conducting a scientific experiment. We are going to watch the pain and the emotion as it comes flooding into our bodies and minds, and we are going to observe where that pain lodges itself. Does the pain center itself in our chests and radiate outwards? Or is it localized to one area? Does the grief rack our whole bodies from head to toe and envelope us like a stifling blanket of loss? Or does the pain come in waves? Wave upon wave upon wave. Or is the pain sharp like a knife into the side? Is it dull, and does it leave us feeling empty as if something has been cut out of us. Observe the feeling and emotions, and like as a scientist, mentally note the location of the emotion. Next, we are going to rate this emotion on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being a dull sense of loss that is gradually fading into a distant, sad memory, or it could be a 10 being a full-blown despair, inducing woe, where there is a feeling of no hope or relief, and it's just utter despair and inconsolable sadness. So have a think about where your pain of your emotion lies on that scale. And having rated your grief from 1 to 10, just experiment with moving that emotion 1 notch up the happier end of the scale. So the utter despair and sense of tragedy of a 10 on our scale becomes a deep sadness and aching sense of loss of a 9. Or the aching sense of loss of a 9 is moved up to an 8, which is sadness and longing, which lingers and fades. It will be impossible to move your emotion more than 1 point at a time, and the process of grieving is a necessary process in this life. It feels respectful to the person who has passed to have a period of grieving, and grief can be very surprising in that at first it may not kick in and we may have this sense of numbness. And then out of the blue, it can lay us down on our knees. There is often a guilt which floods us as an overwhelming emotion of things that we could have done or could have said or could have done differently, or times where we feel that time slipped away too soon. But loss and death comes like a thief in the night, leaving us in a state of shock and often full of guilt. And that is a normal part of grief. But to know that there is nothing to feel guilty about. A lot of comfort would be derived if we knew that our loved one was watching over us and sending us love and reassurance that all is well. Does this feel true to you? Does it feel like our loved one, who is no longer here, is in a next world looking down and helping us, loving us and supporting us? Just for a while, still your mind and open your mind to any connections and any thoughts that may come through. Keep your body still and you're breathing deep, and ask that you be held at all times in full love and protection, and then consciously push your energy upwards, up to the universe, up to the stars, soaring high and higher, up, up, up. So focus on moving your loving energy up, 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 and when you've pushed your energy as far as it will go, just be still and breathe deep breaths. Do you feel any thoughts floating into your mind? You may have images. You may hear old conversations. You may remember a loving memory. Don't analyse. Just record. Record these thoughts as though you are a tape recorder. And if you feel comfortable, you can ask if there is any more communication to be had and see what your mind tells you. Thoughts will flood into your mind in chunks, and then they could go away. And then you may get another download, and then it may stop. Again, don't feel you need to analyse. Just let these thoughts flow and stop as they need to. And then after this meditation, if you wish to write anything down, then write it down on a piece of paper. It may be special to you. You may wish to keep it. But just for now, memorise these thoughts, and as any thoughts dry up and go back to your breathing, and bring yourself back to your deep breaths. So breathe in deep. Imagine that breath going right down to the belly, stretching that belly. Hold that breath before gently releasing through the mouth or the nose very slowly. Do that one more time. So big deep breath in, breathing deep, all the way down to the bottom of the belly. Hold that breath just for a second or two before very gently releasing through the mouth or the nose. Every last tiny bit of air pushing out of the lungs before we fall into a more natural rhythm of breath. Now I want you to imagine roots sprouting from the soles of your feet. They're sprouting and going down into the soil, down into the earth, down to the core of the earth, past the rocks and the crystals, deep into the molten core of the planet, grounding you into the earth. These roots just keep going till you are anchored by the center of the earth. Inhale deeply as you feel that grounding connection. Exhale and release any pain. Release the raw emotion, the pain, the aching loss. Inhale and bring in white, luminescent energy through the crown of your head. So as you breathe in, bring in that white light through the crown, through the top of the head. And on the out breath, think of the word release. And you can repeat that word in your own minds. As you breathe in, bring in that white light. And as you breathe out, release. Saying it to yourself mentally. Next time you inhale, think of the white light, the white healing energy coming in, filling every cell of your body, leaving your body shining and sparkling as it fills with source energy. Energy which comes directly from source. The source of which all life emanates. The beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. We breathe in and we breathe out and we release. Release the sadness, release the pain, release the grief. We breathe in that healing energy, healing our tired and emotional bodies, healing the gaping wounds of our hearts, and healing the raw emotion and the feeling of loss. Now we take this feeling of calm, this feeling of comfort, and carry into our sleep, and carry it in for the following day. And we know that if we feel the pain, and we feel that this pain becomes too unbearable again, we can begin with our deep breathing, and we will feel that relaxation and calm until the next time we meditate. Let us be peace. Let us be calm. Knowing we are only a few thoughts away from our loss. We are only a few thoughts away from our loved ones who look over us and protect us and guide us from the next world. They pour their love down on us as they know how hard it can be on this planet. They are in a place where the pain and suffering of human existence is gone, where there is just love and a connection with the universal loving energy that we all have access to. We all know one day we will be reunited with our loved ones, and we will be exalted to the highest emotions. But until then, we are watched over and we are protected. We are loved. And we send that love back from the very depths of our hearts. We send love back to join with the universal love that is open to us all. We are loved, we are protected, and we are one. Just going back to some breathing again. Just for a few moments, breathing in slowly and breathing out slowly. Breathing in slowly and breathing out slowly. We're now going to create a picture in our minds and imagine a peaceful place where you have no worries. It could be a room or it could be a piece of nature that's special to you. Wherever your special place is, it's safe, it's quiet, it's peaceful, it's warm, and it has the most comfortable place for you to sit or lie down. You can enter your safe place with the roots from your feet still grounding you to the earth and the luminescent light still covering you, coming into your head and shining over you as your protective light of safety and relaxation. So now you imagine you're lying down in your comfortable place on the biggest pile of pillows, and you release all of the worries from your body with a big sigh. In your safe place, you have no cares, no worries, no problems, nothing to worry about, and nothing to think about. This is a place where you can completely relax and take a break, even if just for a few moments, just to get away from the stress and the tension, and to not feel guilty for letting your mind be empty and free of pain. So on your pile of pillows, you are so comfortable and free from negative emotions. You close your eyes and you're breathing naturally. And you repeat to yourself mentally, I am strong, I am soft, I am loved. I am strong. I am soft. I am loved. And you allow the universal life force energy of Reiki to flow through you while you meditate through this healing. So feel free to repeat those lines back to yourself, or just focus on the breath to try and still the mind, to give yourself a much deserved break while you enjoy the Reiki healing energy. Now begin to realise that you are still in your perfect place. What does your perfect place look like? Create a detailed image of your place in your mind. So comfortable, complete serenity. You can return to your place in your imagination when you need a break from pain, whenever you need to relax. Now you can always close your eyes and do your breath work and go to your perfect place. Whenever things get difficult and you just need a rest from your thoughts, you can picture your place in your mind anytime. You may want to reawaken, or you may now want to drift off to sleep. I'll count now from 5 to 1. If you decide to wake up and continue your evening, then let yourself become more and more awake with each number until you are fully awake and alert. If you decide to fall asleep, with each number become more and more sleepy until you go into a deep, peaceful sleep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. May you have received what you need to receive tonight. May you continue your evening in relaxation. May you sleep in peace and calm, undisturbed. May you wake up fresh in the morning, keeping hold of your tools if you experience pain. Remember, you can come back and do this video anytime you need to. I wish you all a good night. I send you so much love. And I'll see you next week, where I will take you somewhere magical. We will go on our travels next week. So I wish you all well. I wish you so much love. Good night. Take care. Namaste. Bye bye.